Ever.
Alph, did he? Oh, Greninja, okay. Yeah, I gotta say, same here. I don't know anything about this, but
If I'm going to assume anything, I think this is very 50-50 because Greninja has a lot of footstool combos. His dare is stupid, but at the same time, we haven't seen Jackal pull that out at all. So I feel like Bowz has the automatic advantage in that regard because Bowz understands exactly what he needs to do with his Pikmin. He gets the red, gets a grab, easy, but he wants to wait out for the blue. He wants to wait out for blue and double purple. That's the best setup you can ever get.
yeah, I don't know, I could see it going several ways. Because Alph definitely has the capability to zone very well. But at the same time, I think Greninja is very good at breaking zones, especially with some of his multi-hit moves. It can make it very difficult for some characters to land, like with his up air and stuff.
Yeah,
like right now, if he could chase him down, I don't know.
I also just completely forgot about something that is actually in Alph's favor right now.
What's that?
Blue Pikmin are immune to water.
That's true.
So probably can go through forward smash, any of his smash attacks, up B, and definitely anything that uses water at all. So Nair is not a get-off option anymore.
Is it that they're immune to water or that they don't drown?
They're immune.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I don't know that much about Olimar. I know like
He's dead?
Is white Pikmin immune to dark damage? Do you know that?
No, it's immune to poison.
Poison. Like the purple stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But generally, White's the worst. It has the most grab range easily and does the most damage, but it's so bad, you might as well never use it. Because that's why you see players like Shuton throw them away all the time. But this is also one of the better Pikmin setups you can go for. Purple Pikmin, amazing. Red Pikmin, amazing damage.
Well, the good use I do know of for white is if you can get it latched onto your opponent right before starting a throw combo, it'll rack up a ton of damage while you're doing your combo. I've seen Olimar players get like 40 to 50% off of the one down throw combo by doing that. But other than that, yeah, he's got the least HP. He's not good for smash attacks or anything like that. But I see Alph has the kill lineup right now. 2 purples and a red. That is terrifying to fight.
Ooh,
unless you've got a counter.
He got countered by Greninja. That's definitely that's the worst counter of the game easily, I would say. Because actually, it's kind of a weird argument. You have a Palutena, who does a fixed amount of damage, or you have a Greninja, who does that and is extremely slow. You could probably have shielded that, but at the same time, it puts you in a little bit of stun.
Right.
So I feel like there's a little bit of an advantage there, at least.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be ready for it.
And we saw that, as I was saying earlier, this blue Pikmin suddenly started taking all the hits from Shuriken. That's crazy because now it's a meat shield, an even better meat shield than usual, because now he can take all that damage. And now that he's got him tacked on like that, it's going to be so much damage racked up. But unfortunately already down, and in fact he's dead.
That hitbox. It looks like Jackal is really low below ledge, but I think the Shadow Sneak must have shifted his hurtbox above.
That's probably Greninja's worst move in his entire toolkit.
Shadow Sneak?
It's so fast, but at the end, when it actually starts doing damage, so slow.
The only good use I know for it is like air dodge reads off of throws.
Either air dodge reads or being able to cancel it with the ledge.
Right.
Because it's extremely fast, and it's basically like Mewtwo air dodge, yeah.
Yeah, and I know he can actually like Shadow Sneak out of hit stun to get out of some combos, so it's a good escape option in some cases too.
But already, Jackal showing what I probably don't know about this matchup. Greninja kind of looks like he can kind of oppress this the Olimar. He might have all the meat shields, but the shurikens are extremely fast. Until you have blue out, there's not much that Olimar can do.
Right.
And it's not like it's very hard to kill Pikmin either.
Yeah, this is kind of how I expected the matchup to go a little bit more. Jackal just kind of getting in and racking up tons of damage.
Normally they do.
Alph trying to make space, but not that easy against a fast character like Greninja.
He tried to go for the electric spike. Unfortunately, not coming out for
it. The person who's in best of 5,
but with the way this match is going, I don't want to count out Jackal already, but it seems like Bowz is just getting the better game going.
Well, he certainly was game 1, but this game is that almost killed. But Jackal is actually holding his own pretty well right now. He's even got the lead. So if he can take his stock pretty quickly, I think he could definitely stand a good chance of taking this game.
Backer coming in, doing some decent damage. That's definitely the best thing you can hope for in this scenario, because Alph's or Olimar's worst thing about him, in my opinion at least, his offstage game is terrible. He has a good recovery, or good-ish recovery.
Good in terms of distance,
yeah,
but no hitbox.
No hitbox, extremely slow. What is Greninja? Character based on downer footstool. Well, not based on, but that's easily one of his best things.
Right.
You can do that so easily to Olimar and Alph because of how slow it is.
Bowz has brought this all the way back to practically an even game. Either character is definitely a kill percent at this point.
Back air coming out, doing some nice damage,
So
getting
I
on
think
stage.
I want to say it's crucial for Jackal to get this stock before Bowz does if he wants to win the game, because Olimar thrives off a lead, and similarly, or I guess oppositely, suffers off of not having the lead, being behind. It's very hard for him to find a kill, I think, if you're running from him, unless he has a blue Pikmin and manages to get a grab.
Gets punished for throwing out that downer. I understand what he was trying to go for, trying to get the hitbox on him so we can get a nice little combo going, but unfortunately, there's just not much you can do with the early percent like that.
Right.
And
But Jackal still maintained the lead.
If Jackal was able to get that platform, that could have easily been an up air train. But,
Right.
but that's just how it happens. You can't really get much off it. And once again, the platform not coming in his favor. This is definitely probably one of the better stages for Greninja as well, and it's just not working in his favor at all. But instead, racking up the damage with the red Pikmin. Red Pikmin is not the best when it comes to pummeling, but it's still a pummel. No one likes pummels, because suddenly you look away, you already have 20% on you, you don't even know what happened.
Right. And I know a lot of players, myself included, will not mash as hard as they should because they just expect the throw right away. So a lot of the times you can sneak in that extra damage pretty easily.
Bowz is in
at
the
least
best
at a
position.
lower to mid level.
This is an amazing position because, if he had the blue instead of the red, this would have been the best. But this is also really nice because this is damage output right here. Red Pikmin does all the damage you need it to, like a little soldier. And then you have the purple Pikmin who have the most knockback, which could easily give Greninja, because if Greninja has a recovery, it's just not that great.
Right. Yeah, this is, I'd say, scary for both characters. Alph being very light, so he's probably dead to any good kill setup, and Greninja, just because of the lineup of Pikmin he has. Red and purple both being very good for killing. And the electric, it looks like he got rid of that one, but yellow Pikmin, the stun, the extra hit stun, sets up very well into kill situations.
And one down throw to up air could do it for both these characters, actually. But
Is that going
there's
to do
the
it?
kill
Not
throw,
quite.
but no kill. If I were Jackal right now, probably the best thing I would hope for right now is probably a down tilt up smash.
Yeah.
If the rage isn't enough, down tilt up smash is completely possible. It's a 50-50 because Alph could jump out of it.
Right.
But it's also completely possible, and if you're in this position right now, you want your 50-50, so you want to try to get that read as much as you can, but the forward air instead.
It did. All right.
That's really nice.
1-1.
Keeping it even. This is
Hard
surprisingly
fought
even.
second game for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of mentally counting out Jackal, but that shows that bias don't really help because suddenly now it's an even game.
That's right.
I want another
Never
cupcake.
doubt. You want another cupcake?
Yeah, I don't think I can, though. I think everyone else hasn't had one yet.
You think what?
I don't think everyone else had one yet.
Oh,
I still
I
stabbed
don't
myself
wanna
with
be
this toad.
I'll snipe it later.
you're a streamer though.
Streamer
You get
privilege.
Oh wait, we're seeing the Bowser Jr. Is this the first time today? I haven't
I
seen
think
it
so,
yet. All right, well that
Can it
bodes
beat
well
up
for
Bonnie
our
later?
potential Junior Ditto
Exactly.
if Bowser manages to take this set.
Oh, but he held on for his to his thing too long. This little toy there. That's not gonna be helpful for this matchup.
So
No throw.
both of these characters actually kind of combo heavy. So this is going to be a lot different, probably faster paced matchup than the last one we saw. Although they were keeping it pretty quick, even with that one.
How we saw earlier with Pac-Man and water pushing away this stuff, I don't think it's as good, but the Ninja Shurikens can definitely clash with the Mecha Koopas and probably kind of invalidate them, or at least make them trade, because his
Yeah, I
projectile
believe-
is so fast.
I believe if the Water Shuriken is charged enough, it will take it out. I don't know if the weakest one will. I think it will just kind of stutter for a second and then keep going.
If it does hit it though, that's going to be completely just amazing for this matchup right now, because if so, Water Shuriken just kind of oppresses Bowser Jr. already, but oppressing the Mecha Koopa will make this even worse.
Right. Well, the thing about that is Water Shuriken being a pretty laggy move. If Bowz is like noticing that he's trying to Shuriken the Mecha Koopa a lot, he could probably pretty easily get over there and punish it for it.
Ooh,
That
but
was a nice string by
it's still
Jackal,
going.
almost getting the kill off the top there.
that's the weird thing about Greninja. Greninja goes for so much, but can't really capitalize off of it.
Jackal getting a
Everything
little
is
hungry
read.
for this kill, probably because he's behind a little bit.
Oh, and he just stood there and
And it
took
cost him.
I understand what he was trying to go for. He was probably expecting him to drift in with a forward air or a back air, but probably not the side B clown card.
Right.
He probably didn't even expect him to get the sweet spot as well, because most commonly, you see Yanni trying to go for the weak hit into up air, and that's what he did a lot. So he probably expected that from Bowz.
Yeah.
But Bowz is a different breed of Bowser Jr. altogether.
Certainly. And Bowser Jr., as we were saying earlier, being a very momentum-based character, or at least depending on the player, but definitely momentum to an extent. This is going to be very tricky for Jackal if he doesn't get the stock off soon.
He caught the down air with the down tilt. That was really smart. Because down tilt, one of the few disjoint moves that Bowser Jr.'s got, but it's a really, really nice disjoint.
So if you're Greninja, what are you looking for right now?
If I'm a Greninja, I would most likely be looking for an opening with the Ninja Shuriken, and then hopefully stun him enough, get close, and try to box him out. His jab, I haven't seen Jackal pull it out at all, but Greninja's jab, the first 2 hits are great. And he can get a gentleman kind of jab off it as well, which is really decent knockback.
Right.
I know you're laughing, JP.
That didn't kill!
He's laughing about the up throw. Bowser Jr. being extremely heavy for some
is he in
reason.
that cart?
Well, I guess it makes sense with the cart. But yeah, the up throw not going to do it yet.
Ooh, with a
Fair
forward,
definitely will do it at 160.
Fair is
But-
kind of like a Shadow Claw, I would say. Disjoint, just not as bad.
Yeah, and a little slower to come out. But Bowz has built up quite a lead for himself here. This is going to be a climb for Jackal, to say the least. I don't think he's incapable of it by any means, but he's going to have to play it a little bit safer than he has been, and just make sure he maximizes his damage when he gets an opening.
But as I was saying earlier, just trying to add a little more to it, if Jackal can jab a lot more, that can lead into a lot more setups. Jab into down tilt is completely possible. Jab into up tilt, even though it probably won't hit. If he gets the sweet spot of it, he might be able to. Or he could just do stuff like that, but down throw, because down throw is still really good early on, at least.
Right. And I can't say for certain, but it looks to me like Bowz is actually getting hungry for the kill now. He knows he's got the lead. He knows he's one good hit away from closing out the set, and I see him throwing smash attacks. And if Jackal can take advantage of that and just play it safe, he could definitely bring this back, as he has been.
That's something that was surprising me about Jackal. Last game, I honestly thought that Bowz had it in, but Jackal brought it back because he was patient, he didn't panic, and instead just went for the safer options.
Right, and he's doing it again.
And then he just tries to wait for like the grabs, as we saw earlier, and he's been able to just come back through grabs alone.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Bowz is reading now. He's understanding that he's
Nice
specifically
tag.
going for it.
That was a rough situation for Bowz.
But thankfully, Bowz is smart enough to dodge it all.
Right.
At least he
yeah.
was calm enough.
That's going to do it. Nice cart into up air by Bowz to close out the set, but very well played by Jackal.
That was great. But if I'm going to give Jackal any advice, I would tell him to jab a little more.